So this video features organizing your speech. How do you go about organizing your speech? Now, quite contrary to essays and research papers, the format of the speech, even though you're writing it, is quite different. And a lot of people try to use the format for essays and research, and they end up being in trouble because it does not follow the format. The format that is given here is necessary for you to actually accomplish certain speech goals. Once you have all the information in your mind settled on the event, I definitely suggest you make documentation of main points so that as you write your speech and put it together, you are not missing any crucial information, or as you write it, you are bombarding your memory to remember events. Best thing to do is actually to just list everything out, and then as you write, refer to your list that you've created. So the format of writing your speech starts with you writing your body of your speech first. After you finish writing your body, you go to your introduction and lastly your conclusion. Whereas with an essay or a research paper, you start with introduction. Please remember that as you write your speech, you are starting from the body of your speech, then move into the introduction, and lastly the conclusion. So let's start with the body. The body of your speech. I suggest you only speak of one incident. Now, if you have two similar incidents that can be coined, or three maximum incidents that can be coined together, then coin it together and don't use them totally as separate events. If you have a lot to speak about or a number of events to speak about, you will run into the problem of time. So one main event, coined two, maximum three events, put those as points down and start developing. The best way to develop your body of your presentation is to keep making notes and actually start writing. So you develop your main points. What is the event about? What exactly occurred? What happened? And as you list those things out and start writing it, you're able now to share. So you're giving us the incident that occurred, and then now you're going to start pulling out how that event has changed your life, or how it has left such a mark in your life, how that event has left an impression in your life that you can actually remember it over and over, and because of that event you are a different person. Or when I say different, it doesn't mean always to the good, it can also mean to the bad. But we hope that as you experience things, that you're able to pull from even bad situations and be able to learn from them so that you can grow as an individual and be a better citizen. Now, as an introductory class, you are not required to write a thesis for your speech, but if you are presenting in your 4th year or doing a 400 course, a master's level course, you will be required to present a thesis. And a thesis is the center or the hub statement of your speech. It's very similar to that of a thesis for an essay or research. So as you do English Comp 1 and 2, they will deal with thesis development, and as you learn that there, you can apply that knowledge for your later classes. Outlining the body of the speech definitely suggests that you create what we class as a skeleton of the speech. This is where you are going to make outlines, and I'll insert an example of an outline here for you to see. So outlines are where you have like a main point and then you have sub points that flow below. I generally suggest as you list your main points that you don't have more than 2 sub points if necessary. Some main points do not have any, for example, sub areas. What exactly am I talking about? Because you are doing an event that has changed your life. So you have the whole idea of the main event, and that's like one main idea. But there are things within that main event. For example, God forbid it was an accident you're speaking of. You have the car, what happened before the car accident, what happened when the car got into accident, and what happened after. Those are actually 3 main points. Sub points would be what happened before the car accident. You were headed to Port of Spain. That's one point. Another point could be you had your friend with you. Next main point would be the car accident itself. I was driving on the right side, left side, however you want to go, and you just detail it. What happened after? And that's how I doesn't even that up to you if that's your experience. But that's how you go about setting the skeleton of your body, of your speech.